Well, right at the top of the bulletin, we are breaking a story of VVIP racism. Clearly, a hit-and-run case has been reported in Chennai involving actor Vikram's son Dhruv. At least 2 people have been injured in the incident. After the incident, the actor and Vikram's friend were throwing tantrums and abusing cops, saying that they won't get into the police vehicle for investigation. It has been captured on camera by the locals. I'm joined by my colleague Shabir to get us more details on the story. But clearly, Shabir, this is a brazen case of VVIP racism, something that we have been focusing very closely here on Times Now. Has there been any FIR filed so far? Have they been booked for rash driving? And what is the condition of the injured?
Well, the injured have been taken to the hospital and they are slowly recovering is what we have been told. But the manner in which the police is handling in this case is absolutely shocking because one, it's a case, a hit-and-run case involving a high-profile actor in Tamil Nadu, actor Vikram's son Dhruv is involved in this particular incident. And after that, after this particular incident, there was some kind of argument that took place between the actor's son's friends because they refused to, divulge any details about that. They refused to join the investigations. But despite all that, what we understand is that the police has only filed a case of rash driving and endangering the lives of others. Only on, basic charges, the police has lodged an FIR. And after that, these people have been sent home after investigation. So this is something which is shocking at this moment because if it was any other person, then the person would have been taken to a hospital for a drunken drive test. Negligent driving charges would have been slapped against him. But just because he is actor's son, look at the way how the Chennai police is handling this matter. And this incident has just, incident has taken place just 500 meters away from the Commissioner of Police, A.K. Vishwanathan's residence, in which 2 people have been injured. The manner in which the car was, the person who was driving the car was extremely rash is what the people, the locals say, those who are witness to this incident.
Well, Shabir, stay with us. We'll come back to you for more on the story. But right now, what we are breaking is that is the police going easy on Vikram's son. Police accused has only pressed minor charges and not even conducting an alcohol test. Now, why is the police giving a long group and going easy on Vikram's son, who was clearly behind the wheels, that injured 2 people in a rash driving case? Let me go back to Shabir, who is now joining us live. Well, clearly, Shabir, this is a case of VVIP racism that we have been consistently reporting on. Now, why is the police not treating Dhruv, Vikram's son, like any other person who would have otherwise been implicated in a rash driving case? Was there any alcohol test conducted or not?
Well, according to sources, there was no alcohol test that was conducted. He was not taken to the hospital. On what basis the police came to this conclusion, we don't have any kind of information. The police says that they do not have any complaint with regard to this particular incident. But this accident has happened barely 500 meters away from the commissioner's residence at Alwarpet, and there have been eyewitnesses to this incident. And there is a person there, at least 2 people have been injured in this particular incident. But despite all that, the manner in which the police is handling this case is absolutely shocking, because these people were asked to come to the police station in the morning, and 2 charges was slapped against them, and then they were let off on station bail. It was very easy for actor Vikram's son to get away with this after committing this particular incident. Whereas imagine what would have happened in if a common man was involved in this accident, probably it would have dragged for days together. But when it comes to actor Vikram, why is the Chennai police giving them leeway? Why is the Chennai police showing some kind of favors? These are the questions that are raised by many, because the manner in which the accident has taken place, according to eyewitnesses, they say that the vehicle was was driven very rashly. It first hit the auto, injured two people, and then it went ahead.
Shabir, you'll have to stay with us. I have to interject because we are joined on the phone line by Mr. C. Rajashekharan. Well, clearly, sir, what we are picking up from our sources and reporters have been reporting consistently is that actor Vikram's son Dhruv is involved in a rash driving case, but the police seem to be going easy on him. There is no alcohol test that was carried out. There was no medical that was carried out. Why is the police not treating him like any other person who would have otherwise been subjected to all of this?
See, first and foremost, we have to know whether Vikram's son Dhruv was drunk or not. So it is the duty of the police personnel to conduct the drunken driving test. Without that, we cannot hypothetically accuse anybody that he was drunk and he escaped without any proof of a medical certificate or any test. We cannot say he was drunk. Point number one. Point number two, anybody involved in this kind of rash driving and negligent driving must be immediately stopped. They must be booked. So there is a strong...
Sir, but that is exactly the question that we are asking over here, is that why did the police not carry out the preliminary alcohol test on Dhruv, who was behind the wheels and driving, that got involved into an accident? Now the police seem to have given him a long rope. How are we to understand now whether at all he was under the influence of alcohol or not?
Yes, see, it is up to the police officer who had been in the spot. He has to be questioned, because now the time has gone. You cannot blame somebody that this fellow was drunk and the police did not test. All this will not hold good before law. So it is up to the police officer who had caught actor Vikram's son on the spot for rash driving has to be held responsible. So it is a serious case of not doing the job properly. So the officer must be suspended, or the commissioner of police should act on it and take immediate action.
But sir, it's also a case of VVIP racism, where almost the children and the kids of the tall and mighty seem to be getting away very easily. Over here, it's a case of rash driving, and they were not even cooperating with the police. They did not want to get into the police vehicle and cooperate with the ongoing investigation.
See, because he is son of a famous actor, that doesn't mean he has violated something, because accident is not a pre-planned one. It is an accident. Accident is when somebody loses control or somebody goes out of track on the road. It happens. It happens to anybody. For a normal man, for a rich man, for a poor man, it happens. So this is not the only reason that he is a VVIP son and he is enjoying that luxury of being the son of an actor. All this will not hold good. That is not fair to make a comment. But whatever it is, if somebody commits an offence, and they have to be immediately booked and charged for the offence within the Chennai City Traffic Police Act.
Thank you, Mr. Rajashekharan, for joining us with your views on the story.